Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Rewatch. Today's another request that I was given by my good buddy Billy Bobby over on his channel Billy Bobby. And this one is a very recent, the most recent one we've rewatched to date, because this is from 1 year ago, but it somehow has over 10 million views and over 400,000 likes.
Oh boy.
I think people can guess exactly what we're rewatching just by saying that and reading the title of Fireball. What were we requested to rewatch today?
We will be rewatching Omniman versus Homelander, Invincible versus The Boys.
Oh boy. Remember when this was announced and people thought it was gonna suck?
Yeah.
And now it's the most popular episode of the season.
Yeah. But mostly because everyone said that it was a stomp.
Well, kind of. But they make stomps entertaining. And
yeah.
10 million views says that as well. Speaking of, oh boy, we're going to be talking about... I just remember the death for this episode because it was last year. All right. Shall we start rewatching Omni-Man versus Homelander?
Let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. Sync up.
Ah, yes. The modern day death battle intro.
The invincible champion from planet Viltrum.
All right.
I know you were spoiled on this episode back when we did the Vegeta vs. Thor reaction. But the concept for this was like evil Superman clones. Let's take the two most popular ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're all screwed. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Oh boy. Invincible's a good show from what I've seen. And so is The Boys live action show.
Okay, so what do we know about these characters?
So Omni-Man, not a whole lot.
Nothing for me either.
So
What are we gonna talk about?
okay, so I first remember Omni-Man from like the memes there were of him. There was a lot of memes about Omni-Man.
Oh, okay.
Especially because of who his voice actor is. J.K. Simmons, formerly known as J. Jonah Jameson. Which, by the way, I don't know if you heard, Fireball, but the new Mortal Kombat game's coming out, and guess who got confirmed for DLC?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I saw that in the comments.
Speaking of Omni-Man, though, it was definitely interesting to see this show for the first time from the clips. It looks really good.
It looks very brutal as well.
Yeah, the comics were apparently also brutal, and Amazon was like, let's make a cartoon out of it.
So just scratch that whole peaceful part entirely.
And
honestly, like, I thought Omni-Man looked pretty dope. From the suit to the... dick. Also that mustache. I feel like that's the thing that stands out about Omni-Man the most. Is that fucking mustache.
yeah.
Due to their unique
They're pretty much Saiyans.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, no.
Like holding their breath for weeks on end by drawing more energy from the
Because I think with Omni-Man, like, what made this so violent was just the way the comics were, and for the most part, from what I've heard, they stayed kind of true to the comics.
Smart atoms make even less sense. How can
It looks like that.
designated by your DNA? DNA is made of atoms.
At Jurassic Park.
Biological hogwash that I cannot stand.
Wiz gets so angry about science today. That was very lit. Also, a bitchin' mustache as a superpower. Hell yeah. It's like one of Ben 10's aliens. I forget its name, honestly.
I don't know what alien you're talking about.
There was a Ben 10 alien that could punch people with its mustache.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
And intense heat can be
We'll talk about that
At some point.
soon.
I will say, these comic book edits were very nice. Because this was the last season for both Nick and Gerardo.
Sonic pressure will disrupt their fragile equilibrium and
Yeah.
even prevent them from flying.
Though pushing themselves to their physical limits only ends up
I
making
will
them way
say
stronger.
as
And
well that,
considering
you know,
Nolan's been alive and fighting the ring for thousands of years,
God
he's
damn.
probably one of the toughest Viltrumites around. Like, other aliens attacking him will literally splatter their bodies against him. But Mark
Now that's a big
had
makeover.
everything from his dad. Despite his alien genes, Mark was
So,
raised as a human
what else
with our
is there to
weak,
talk
pathetic
about?
human values
Well,
like
I love the way they
justice,
end the analysis with trying to make him
not
sound more
really boring
human,
the shit
but
out
they
of
definitely
everyone
focus a
in
little bit
the
too much on Mark, I feel like, for this analysis.
Such as when these aliens invaded Earth. Mark tried his best to minimize casualties and outsmart his numerically superior foes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, tackled their leader through the portal back
Oh
then.
god, this scene, this fucking scene.
Annihilating their planet for even daring to take Earth from him.
It's
Classic
so
Federation of the
cool.
Annihilate
Is.
is underselling it. Nolan flew so fast that his body lit their planet's atmosphere on fire.
Oi, oi, oi.
Explosions with his own body as the projectile.
I don't know what it was about Omni-Man that just was like, that made people like want him in everything after he came out.
A meteor the size of Texas.
Assuming that means the diameter of the meteor is equivalent to the distance
Rooster
from
Teeth
the
animated
top of
Texas,
Panhandle
apparently.
to Mexico. That would make it 1,300 kilometers
At least
wide.
that's what Mape said it was.
4.6 quintillion tons, moving at re-entry speeds of over 11,000
Yeah.
per second. It
Gun home
destroy
meteor!
the moon twice over.
So Omni-Man
Jet
is strong
ad.
enough to slaughter those who considered him an
508.
503.
All right. I'm at 503. You ready?
Right.
3, 2, 1, play.
The moon twice
So
over.
overall,
So
when you
Omni-Man
first
is
saw
strong enough to
Omni-Man, what did you think of the
slaughter those who
analysis,
considered
though?
him an ally,
Honestly,
said
since you didn't know about him
Omni-Man.
beforehand.
All to ensure as seamless a transition to the coming
Uh,
Viltrumite
it-
rule as
it-
possible.
Too
It was,
bad for Nolan.
pretty
It
good,
wouldn't be that easy, because he'd have to
honesty.
go through his son first.
Mark was
Pretty good and
horrified
pretty
by his
brutal, I
mother's
think.
treachery, spurred
Yeah.
on by the reveal that Nolan only viewed his mother as a pet, a
Ye-
disposable broodmare.
Yay.
Fought Omni-Man to save the planet.
And that's when Mark's real Viltrumite training began.
Oof,
Get it?
the train scene.
Training? Like the train?
Yes, we get it. It was a good pun. Jesus.
But if anything, it was Omni-Man that learned a lesson about
Yeah, I think
humanity
they
that
did Omni-Man's
They
analysis
tried to
really
turn
well
Mark into a Viltrumite,
a year
but
ago.
in reality, as Nolan fled Earth with tears in his eyes, Mark made his father human.
Are we ready for the... But,
Welcome
Homelander!
a multi-billion-dollar
Oh,
American
but what do you have to
conglomerate
say?
whose number
So
one products are
Homelander,
the
just
greatest
like Omni-Man,
superheroes on the
was in a
face
lot of
the earth.
memes.
That's right.
Especially in the versus community.
Big business.
Imagine a company that possesses a monopoly
Because
on
for those who
popular
don't
culture,
know
pumping
that
out
what that meme
movies,
was in the
TV
versus
shows,
community,
action
they
figures,
legit
and
would,
video games
they were
constantly
legit tier lists
drowning the masses
people
in
would
a
make
story
about
focused on
characters
something
Homelander
small
could beat.
with no end in sight.
Yeah. Imagine.
It was that bad for the guy
Pantheon of
apparently.
Gods Among Men is their
Yeah.
premier super team,
However,
the Seven, and its
I
leader,
didn't think the show
Homelander.
was bad at
The
all.
looks, the
Like the
charm,
live action
the
show was
cheese,
really good.
And most importantly, he's got the power to
Ah.
slaughter all of America's
I think
enemies at home and
I think the
abroad.
actor's name is Zachary Starr, and he plays Homelander so well. People want him to voice Reverse Flash if he ever comes into a show
Far
again.
From the big blue Boy Scout
Ah.
is marketed as, Homelander is probably
Okay,
the closest
well,
thing to
I do
Lucifer
agree that
on
he
Earth.
plays his character really
Bad
well.
future Biff from Back to the
Yeah,
Future?
as for
Now
like
give him
overall, what did I think?
superpowers
How I
and
know
media
Homelander?
training.
Again, it's
One
mostly the
official
memes.
story is
but
that Homelander was an
The
alien
comics and the
who landed
shows,
here
they
as a
went
baby.
in
A
two
tale
different
we're all
directions.
familiar with.
And one that's total
Uh-oh.
bullshit. Homie was made in a lab with
Yeah, and
Buster
normally
Rhymes
when
or
they
super
do that,
soldier serum.
a lot of people
Compound
think
V.
the TV adaptation is worse. But surprisingly, the TV adaptation was a lot better than the comics.
Rooms of terrified scientists before his umbilical cord was even cut.
Oh, okay.
In the comics, Vought had to keep a remote-controlled hydrogen bomb strapped to him at all times.
Yeah,
He had no
and
idea
then
what else could
you
possibly
see
kill
the
him.
design of Homelander.
He was subjected
It
to
was,
psychological
you know,
conditioning to make
Homelander
him
through
the
that
greatest
design
and
now.
most profitable hero
Especially
of
the
all
fucking
time.
cape. His
It
cape is
wasn't long
badass.
Before he debuted as Homelander,
It's really
the
cool.
ultimate defender of the American dream.
Homelander
He is
possesses
also
massive
very full of
superhuman
himself.
strength, speed, and durability. He can fly at hypersonic speeds, see through walls with
Kind of
X-ray
reminds
vision,
me of
detect a
Handsome
person's
Jack,
emotional
but
state
if he
from
had
just the sound of
superpowers,
their
essentially.
heartbeat.
But you know you're done for when he breaks out
Is
his
Handsome
heat
Jack
vision,
really
which
this
is strong
powerful?
enough to slice through crowds of people
Bro,
for a split
they
hair
want
blade.
people want him to face Ironwood from Ruby. You tell me.
Shatters the eardrums of anyone around him.
Those are innocent
Okay, then.
bystanders whose ears are exploding, by the way. Oh, Oh yeah, he totally busts
Yeah,
this
it's just
mission
like
to
you
stop a
see
plane
Homelander and think, Jesus, how, they make him so dark compared to like the Superman that he's inspired by.
Homelander's powers may be real, but his heroism is a charade.
Same thing goes with Omni-Man. They're both darker versions of Superman.
Yeah, but I feel like they did the evil side with Homelander a lot better. Because like Omni-Man, you know, he got like a lot nicer over the years, but Homelander, he's just like, fuck all of you.
With a fellow superhero who just happened to be an actual Nazi.
Yay, disturbing. Speaking of disturbing, so this feat disturbed me quite a lot.
Look, there's no way to
Oh
sugarcoat
boy.
this. Considering a human's load is much less
Oh
mass than a
my
shotgun
god.
bullet, it would have to be moving significantly faster to achieve the same kinetic energy, over 1,500 meters per second.
Oh my god.
That's right. Homelander can bust a nut faster than the speed of sound.
Why did they calculate this?
Kind of sucks for humanity that they made this dude the most powerful being on the planet and a psycho murderer.
Also, that comic panel they showed was so disturbing about that feat. Like,
Immune to every weapon known to mankind.
According to when they did it on Death Battle Cast, they were like, it's his best strength feat, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Plus, thinking that at the speed of sound, that's more powerful than a fucking shotgun.
Actually, it could have exploded with twice that, but the Soviets who created it were afraid it would irreversibly
And I'm just
alter
here
the
like,
biosphere and end the world.
okay, that's still fucking disturbing. The researcher who had to do that, I feel so bad for them. They're like, I hate all of you.
With one hand and fast enough to outspeed a C4 explosion.
Despite being an emotionally stunted man-child,
I've never seen the cartoon for the boys, though. I have not heard good things about it.
I've never even heard there was a cartoon show.
Yeah. Hey, remember Billy
So
Butcher?
Yeah. Now this was what made me uncomfortable.
Homelander, this gave him something he never had before.
Yeah.
Some small measure of control.
But it adds to that villainy, I feel like.
Star pupil meant he was under their thumb from the day he was born. His
And it's just like,
son was the
oof.
first thing that was truly his and might be his best option for a new
Bye.
beginning. Or not.
He just smiles it off.
All right,
So we are about to watch the best fight, according to a lot of people, of the season.
For a death battle!
Because,
I'm
oh boy.
sure that there are better ones in the season, but this is pretty good.
Well, I remember when people first saw this, they thought they got the actual animators of Invincible to work on it. And they're like, no, this is from our RT department.
Yeah, it looks like
Homelander is more than just a
Invincible animation.
Yeah, but I do like how they designed Homelander by combining both the comic book and TV design into one.
The setup, though, the setup is
Brilliant.
so good. Yeah.
What do you think?
And
Oof.
Yeah.
I love the voice acting for these two as well. We have young
yeah.
Young Yi as Homelander and Tom Shulk, who would later voice SpongeBob in the same season as Omni-Man.
oh damn, okay.
I'm going to feed you.
But he was so good, people thought, hey, they got J.K. Simmons? I was like, nope, Tom.
Shit. That was a great line.
And goodbye. I just love how, like, well, the camera angles are for this fight. Especially
I'm not here.
the one where Homelander gets up. Bye.
Omni-Man is just going easy on him.
Into the street you go.
Boom, onto the oil truck.
It looks so good and it's well choreographed, I feel. Like, it's
Yeah,
definitely...
it is.
I know people talk about, you know, how inaccurate death battles can be when it comes to, like, how they would go. But I think this was, like, the most accurate they were in this season.
Yeah, pretty much. Catches the laser.
Face.
Never been hit by someone your own size before?
And just the way Omni-Man taunts him is fantastic.
Ooh.
Although this shot kind of caught me off guard. Because I didn't think he could bust the eardrums.
I mean, if you remember there, Electromite's ears are
I mean,
sensitive. I
healing,
think.
the healing factor though, but also, this scene was just, you know the symbolism of that scene.
Yeah.
Oi, oi.
Oh,
Mm,
voice work is so good.
yes. You know what else is so good? This. Goodbye. Oh boy. So I almost threw up when I first saw this death.
I'm going to feed you your own heart.
It's so good.
Oh.
Merry Christmas.
Best death of last season, anyone?
Wiz, if there's a guy.
Because I say yes, this is still the best death of last
Despite
year.
Homelander's dominance within the world of the boys, he's a big fish in a
maybe.
small pond. Relatively speaking,
We'll see.
Homelander can move faster than sound, while Omni-Man can move faster than light.
Result-wise, yeah, Omni-Man still wins.
Shatter the moon twice over.
To be fair,
Though they gave Homelander more advantages than people thought,
Omni-Man didn't, like his
which
heat
was
vision.
2.
And no filter
For
makes
reference,
the
Harley
fact
Quinn
that
had
Homelander
1.
exposure to the heat of stars, that's still
So does Homelander beat Harley Quinn?
And there's no reason to think Homelander's heat vision was anywhere near that hot.
Oh boy.
Nolan's tanked heat vision.
I think overall that fight was a lot of fun, and it makes sense why Omni-Man
Even
wins.
if it was hot enough, Omni-Man's superior
Yeah.
speed would cut him off before he could do any lasting
I am
damage.
curious to see if
Similarly,
anyone
despite
ever
being able
went
to
with
disrupt his
Homelander
equilibrium with his
in this
super
episode.
screaming, Homelander wasn't strong enough to
Actually,
capitalize on it in any
another
meaningful way.
reactor
Homelander is pretty
subscribed
devious
to
when the
on
situation
YouTube
calls for it. Omni-Man
actually
has been
went with
fighting and
Homelander
conquering
for
That-
some reason.
That's a
years.
shock.
He comes from a warrior culture
Yeah,
based on
but-
And everyone
fighting.
else
Homelander,
in the comment
on the other hand,
section
comes from a
of
test
his
tube
video
and never had to
was like
prove himself
shocked.
as a fighter
I
because
will
he was
say,
always
like,
so much
it,
stronger than
the
everyone
animation still holds up phenomenally. It's the best hand-drawn fight that we have ever had.
Homelander was never going
Well,
to give up
I
easy,
100%
but
agree.
Omni-Man's skill,
And
power,
it's the
ability
fight
to
alone that I
control
feel like
him the
people
way.
have seen this over
When it
10
comes to
million
Superman
times.
knockoffs, Homelander had to
Yeah,
eat his heart out.
this animation did
The winner
definitely
is
changed
Omni-Man.
a lot of people's opinions on this.
Especially, especially for stomp fights, they're like, okay, it's official. Death Battle can make stomp fights fun.
You'll get unique emotes, badges, and additional content.
Alright, the episode that was announced after this. One of my personal favorites of last year. Yes,
Ooh.
I loved Magneto versus Tetsuo.
Alright.
But that's enough about that. Shall we go ahead?
Before we get to the comments, just want to apologize for not really contributing much during the analysis, since because I had nothing to say.
Hey, sometimes that happens, especially with franchises like this. But I think overall, the episode is still phenomenal. Bill's only upset that I didn't rank it, that me and Mate did not rank it that high on our rankings. I have it as number 8, and Mate had it at number 12, and Bill had it as number 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Whoa.
drastic opinions. Speaking of opinions, let's hear the comments' opinions about this episode. Starting with our first ever pinned comment during a rewatch series from the Homelander voice actor himself, Young Yi, who, fun fact, is going to voice Kiryu in the upcoming Yakuza game, which I'm fucking excited for.
Oh yeah.
And who was also in a previous Death Battle as Sanji. Yes, he was Sanji.
Alright.
From Young Yi. Yep, let's face it, there was only one way this fight was going to end. As a huge fan of both The Boys and Invincible, it was an honor to be able to provide the voice and performance of Homelander in a battle against Omni-Man, no less. If you thought watching Homelander get body was satisfying, imagine how fun and satisfying I was acting it out. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah. He was awesome.
He did phenomenal.
Both voices were awesome.
Yeah, Tom and Young Yi were dope as fuck. The next comment we have here was from last year by Verbalize. This was an amazing episode, and the animation was fantastic. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji.
You can't really say much after that.
Fire emoji is what you can say.
Yeah.
You know what? You should he should have if he goes back and updates this, he should post a fire emoji for every million views this episode gets.
Ooh.
I'm joking, of course. The next comment I got right here is from Miguel Rob 5719. Now that Omni-Man vs. Homelander are officially in the Mortal Kombat game, Omni-Man can legitimately feed Homelander his own heart. Please have that be one of Omni-Man's fatalities.
Yeah.
For that callback alone.
That would be so good.
The next comment I have here is from Big Brinks 3507 from 13 hours ago. Merry fucking Christmas!
Okay, so a note I want to say is that the script was written around Christmas time, so that's why the setup was around Christmas.
Yeah, it was nice to see a Christmas death battle. Because, oh boy. Okay, so this one is from 2 days ago by DJ Sleeves EU7MX, the bloodiest death battle. That's where you're wrong. John Talvane versus Saberwolf exist.
Yeah, that death battle still has never been beat.
Although some people could say technically Dio versus Alucard because of that blood pool, but whatever. But that was Omni-Man versus Homelander Rewatch. I forgot how fucking awesome the animation was.
It's so good.
Alright. Thank you folks for watching this rewatch. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you of course to Billy Bobby for suggesting this rewatch. If you have an episode we should rewatch, leave a comment down below. I think the only rule I could say is try to pick one that we haven't reacted to. That's like all I can really say when it comes to suggestions.
Yeah, that's fair.
Other than that, leave a suggestion down below or vote on an upcoming poll that we're going to have about 4 different ideas for a rewatch. And let us know your thoughts on Omni-Man vs. Homelander. Did you like the episode? Did you somehow hate the episode? With that being said, I will see you all later. Fireball, go ahead.
So yeah.
Machine gun kiss